Aquarius, crow call. We just had a new moon in Aquarius according to Vedic astrology. So let's see what intentions you have set. Damn. Okay, the devil card comes out. Capricorn energy, and I was literally just reading over Capricorn's reading before I started this, and Capricorn's energy was showing others who they are not. Entitled MFers, mad, knowledge is power, and you're very powerful and unbothered these days and don't care. All right, and Laura. This may be a problem for people here. We have the Ace of Wands reverse. It reminds me of a reading I did where I think it was a Why Are They Mad? And I titled it, You Have Raised the Bar, Preventing Them from Getting Far. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting here. All right, everything about your energy, Aquarius, no matter how it's placed in your chart, how you resonate with it or not, goes against devil energy, Capricorn energy. It's going to rebel. It's going to do everything it can to ensure that it's not chained. Okay, and this little bird, don't know what kind of bird that is, but it kind of reminds me of like is it like a mockingbird, M&M vibes, or it's like one of those birds that kind of mimic everything that you say. I don't know what kind of bird that is. A parrot, I think it is a parrot. It's like you're not a parrot, basically, like you don't conform. Okay, you're not chained to something here and then you're a parrot. You're not a representative of this energy here. At all. Okay, you're not a parrot. And that's what I'm getting off rip here. Everything about your energy goes against devil energy or just Capricorn Sagittarian energy here. You would do any and everything to free yourself from it. You just can't be bothered by it here. So let's see how this plays out. And this Capricorn energy is only successful because the opposite of it is Cancer. The devil is Capricorn. The opposite of Capricorn is Cancer, which is very emotional. And this Cancerian energy is the things that we need, and it's also it ties into how one was raised. Okay. Cancer's also had endings and new beginnings, and don't go backwards. So you're free from this, okay? You are free from this, endings and new beginnings. You're not going backwards here. So I do feel like people that you may have left behind, they are mad. Interestingly enough, the Queen of Cups fell on the floor. I had to pick that on up, which is Cancer energy. Okay, this is where you don't look back. Don't look back. Some of you may have Aquarius in the 4th house like I do. Some of you may have Cancer in the 11th house. Some of you may have Capricorn in the 11th house. Or some of you may have like parallel placements where, I don't know, that might be rare though. So this could be like you having Saturn in Aquarius and then Uranus in Capricorn. That's a parallel, that's parallel energy in astrology, but I digress. Cancer energy also is ruler of looking back the past and kind of regurgitating that, you know, that's what Cancerian energy is, like how you were raised, and how you were raised is contingent upon who's raising you, how they were raised, right? There's something wrong with it here, and something has been holding you back because of that here, and again, your energy is freeing you from this. Anytime Uranus, your ruling planet, is involved in any configurations, any energy, any environment, it's going to release you from what has been holding you back. And that's why it becomes shocking for some people. Some people like it, some people don't. Most people don't like that energy. They don't like to be freed. It makes them feel very uncomfortable because, you know, Saturn energy is structures that this is a road that has already been paved. This is basically a life that has already been planned for you by others. Okay, it's uncomfortable. So I definitely feel like a lot of you guys are breaking away from familiarity, from your past, from how you were raised. Your energy just feels like it's in your own energy. Like it feels like it's in your own energy. I don't know. Some of you may be comfortable, but but I feel like your comfortability in this separation or independence is making others uncomfortable because they're still stuck in a traditional way of being. Yeah, Ten of Pentacles. This is definitely Capricorn, Cancerian energy, axis all day. Ten of Pentacles is family. And again, this is things that have already been set up. And so, you know, you kind of recreate that. And then that's where generational curses, I believe, come from. And your energy breaks these things free. Okay. Your energy is all about independence and freedom. All right. And let's see. Yeah, we have the Three of Pentacles here, but then we have the Emperor. So it's kind of like, that's so crazy. Your past has lost its power. That's just simply put here. So this is confirmation for some of you. King of Cups is in the reverse as well. And the King of Cups to me is Capricorn, but it also can be Scorpio, but I see it as Capricorn reverse. So this is some type of patriarchy energy. It's just whatever it is, the past has no control over you. For others of you, some of you may be going through a Saturn return. Some of you actually may be completing a Saturn return, actually, like I am, or you're, you know, going through it at this time. But that's how I'm knowing, like with the Saturn return energy, for some of you, this is a release from the past. This is a release. You're being free. This is karmic debt being paid off. This is you breaking free, claiming your birthright. This is you getting away from what you're used to or familiarity. This is you rejecting or rebelling against, I don't want to say DNA, but this is you rebelling against what you have inherited from family. You don't just inherit money, you inherit characteristics. You inherit thoughts, you inherit tradition, you inherit, you know, genetics, health, appearances, all these things. Like all of these things are being done away with. So if you grew up in a religious household, you're breaking free from that at this time, and you feel comfortable doing so. Like you feel confident in doing so. If you, I don't know, you come from a family where, you know, I don't know, like your natural hair color or something like that. It's like you're breaking free from that. Now you're trying different hair colors, or it's like everything that you're used to, you're breaking free from it. In other words, it kind of feels like Pisces energy here as well. It's hard for me to communicate this because what's understood doesn't need to be explained. And so it's difficult for me to explain this. All right, I'm struggling, but I hope you guys get the gist of it. This also too, especially with Saturn going into Pisces shortly, it's Saturn is at like a very high degree. So this is where there's like a lot of pressure right before a breakthrough, right? So you may be feeling like these dynamics, the past is trying to pressure you at this time to kind of stay back, like stay in this lock, okay? So you're just gonna have to push through as best as you can, but there is definitely an energy here trying to like hold you. I do feel like it's obviously lost its power, hence is why there's like a overdrive. Three of Pentacles with the Devil, there's an overdrive and trying to get you to conform. It's like its last ditch effort to kind of get you to stay in this energy. But Uranus is a lot more powerful than Saturn, I'm gonna be honest with you here, very much so. So there's attempts there. We do have Pluto in Capricorn at this time, according to Vedic astrology, and Pluto is a force in and of itself. But again, you know, there's just certain planets that are stronger, okay? And Uranus is one of them, especially because it doesn't conform. It rebels against what is, and that's very difficult to control. Very difficult to control. And Pluto energy that's in Capricorn at this time. Capricorn likes control, power. Pluto, Scorpio energy, likes control and power. It's unfortunate that it's you know, your energy is it's much stronger. So yeah, even Scorpio's reading had payouts. You are owed some money, but it was also like energy and something else. Like you're not always owed money, but it's something along those lines. something that you were inherited, and then going back to Virgo, you've been wrongfully convicted, or there was actually a lot of Saturn energy in Virgo's reading as well. You kind of being the scapegoat, and it's kind of like now you're comfortable being that scapegoat. I was also getting freedom as well in Virgo's reading. Some of you may have Virgo placements. And then people were crying, okay? And then if people are crying because you're freeing yourself from this energy, then this is where the Capricorn energy kicks in, the Devil card, showing others who they are not. So you're showing others that they are not in control, they are not in power, like they, you know, it's like their time has elapsed. All right, these entitled motherfuckers here, okay, all of this power is gone. I was also getting knowledge is power, and you have that knowledge here. You're also very powerful these days, unbothered, and don't care. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into your oracles, and then I'm going to take this into the extended. It's just things like habits that you've developed or inherited, like these things you're breaking out of, right? That's just what this is. Like you're going through a breakthrough right now because Saturn is about to transition into Pisces, so it's pressure. There's a lot of pressure going on right now, a lot. And whenever people lose control, that's when they start trying to kick in. They try to exert more control because they're grappling for that control again. Like they're clinging to whatever they can to keep control of something, so they try to apply more rules, apply more pressure. They try to raise the bar to make it difficult for you to get far, right? This is what's going on here, but it's still not stopping you. It's just there's just certain planets, certain energies that are much stronger, and you're showing just how strong you are here. Hence is why the Emperor is coming out in the reverse. Yeah, look, justice will be served. Look at that. Libra energy. Libra was dealing with finally receiving your well-deserved flowers and crown. I was also getting Scorpio energy from that energy as well. And it also says you're on divine time, or we call clear. So emphasis on time, which is crazy because Capricorn is the master of time. So people's reign, because the Emperor this is someone who's reigning, right? Someone who's in control, and their reign is over. The Saturnian energy this reign is over for you, at least. Wherever you have Saturn placements, look, now guilt is occupying their heart and their mind. But that goes back to Virgo's energy with the crying, because there's freedom for you. Now people are feeling real guilty. They're feeling real guilty, and people only feel guilty when they're backed up against a wall. When they no longer have power. It was all good. It was all fun and games when they had power. They were trying to control you, exerting control, abusing you as well, you know, doing whatever. When you were helpless and you weren't strong enough, it was all good then. They didn't have any guilt, but it's when the tables turn. It's kind of like, what is that quote? When the rabbit has the gun. It's something like that. It's all fun and games until the rabbit gets the gun type of vibes. Now everybody is feeling guilty and hurt and, oh, I didn't mean to, I'm so sorry. Now they're sorry because you're the rabbit with the gun now. That's the vibe. And the crazy thing is you don't care. And why would you? Why would you? Because they didn't care when they had control. They did not care at all, but now when the tables turn and they lose that control, and that control is now being given to you, now people are coward, like they're cowarding, now they're sorry, and now they're remorseful and all of this other shit, but you didn't have that energy when you had power, though. That's the vibe. Yeah, they're mad that you've been gifted with clairvoyance. That is the gift of sight. So you are the eagle in the air. You are on the plane, okay? It's like you are on a plane all of your life here, and everything when you look out the window on a plane, it's nothing but dots. It has no significance. It has no significance. When you look down, when you're on a plane, you're looking out, everything is so distant, so far away, and it looks like little dots. They have no significance to you. You're too high up, right? But it's a different story when you're on the ground. It's a different story. You're susceptible to the environment when you're on the ground, right? But when you're in the air, you can't be touched. When you're on the ground, you can be touched. You're in the air. You are in the air here. And look at this. Beware. Who else had this card? I think Capricorn did, because I kept mentioning Sagittarius's energy. Yeah. You passed your initiation, Sagittarius energy. Yep. Beware. There is a medium, a practitioner, a witch doctor, and or low vibrational entity attempting to tap into your energy. The initiation period is over. For some of you, this is like a Saturn return ending. Others of you, this is just divine time, okay? You're being released. from whatever's been holding you back, whatever's been heavy. Look at this, Jeremiah 29:11. Sheesh. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you, not harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Hope is the star card. A future is the star card. The star card is Aquarius. So the plans to give you hope in the future is, well, it's underway. The plans that people had for you was to hurt you. They didn't want you to prosper. That's why these chains are here. And a lot of you had to learn that. You know, you didn't want to look at what you were used to, your family, your friends, what you are used to, what you've been taught. You didn't want to see that as, oh, this is harmful. You didn't want to see that, and that's why you were held up for so long. You were unable to break free. It reminds me of the quote of Harriet Tubman, I could have freed more slaves had they known that they were slaves. How do you not know that you are a slave? That's scary as hell. And that quote is attributed to those who were born into slavery. They thought that was normal. That was regular. And then those kids that were born into slavery then had kids themselves. And then those kids, and there's a generation of slaves that don't know that they're slaves. So that goes into, you were born into something, inherited something, but you didn't see it as harmful. You didn't know that you were a slave. You didn't know that you were locked up until some truth came through. And somebody came in and you're a slave. Did you know that? You weren't like other people, like, no, I'm not a slave, arguing with you. No, I'm not locked up. No, my family doesn't want harm for me. No, my friends, no, my lovers don't want to harm me. They didn't want to hold me back. They want me to prosper. No. Yeah, some of you broke out of that and you are seeing something from a different perspective, like you were on a plane. Like you are that eagle. And you're seeing, actually, they were trying to harm me. They were trying to hold me back. They were trying to make things difficult. They did not have my best interest at heart. What they called love, clearly, it was hate all along. Children being born into slavery, and their parents won't tell them, you're a slave. We're slaves. These parents did not tell these kids born into slavery, we're slaves. That's why they didn't believe that they were. And especially they didn't believe it when the truth came to them, like, you do know you're a slave, right? You do know you're bound, right? You do know you're trapped, right? They didn't want to believe it because they were raised incorrectly. Some of you were raised incorrectly and you believed things that were not true. You endured things that were abuse and you didn't see it as abuse until you did. Justice will be served. Everything that was taken from you, Aquarius, will be given back. Scorpio energy. You will be getting your payouts. Okay? You are owed something here. You were wrongfully convicted. You were lied to. You were trapped. You were bound. You were living a life that was not in alignment with who and what you truly are, or what was planned for you. Okay? People wanted to override the plans that God had or a higher power had for you. They wanted to override that and make you live a life that's not in alignment with what God had planned. I don't believe in free will. Everything is already pre-planned. I don't believe in free will. But people want to insert free will to make themselves feel like they're in control, and that's where they went wrong. For some of you, you were a quote-unquote victim to that until recently, I suppose. See you in the pro call extended, or not.